When the wife brought her husband's mother back to their home, her husband looked surprised and quickly asked, "Why did you bring mom here?" But the wife didn't answer. Instead, she took out her phone and called her husband's two brothers, telling them, "Please come to our house right away, it's important." When they arrived, they asked, "Sister-in-law, what's going on? Why did you call us here?" The wife looked at both of them and calmly said, "You both think mom is too old, and you don't want her living with you anymore, isn't that true?" Neither of them said a word. Then she turned to her husband and quietly asked, "And you feel the same way too, don't you?" Even her husband lowered his head and stayed silent. The wife took a deep breath and said, "Fine. Then all of you need to pay back what you owe your mother." One of the brothers frowned and asked, "What do we owe her?" The wife answered softly, 9 months' rent. Confused, the husband asked, "What are you talking about?" The wife gently pointed to their mother's stomach and said, "Each one of you lived safely inside mom's womb for 9 months. It was the warmest home you ever had, protecting you from every danger while she gave you everything you needed to grow." The three brothers were left completely speechless. The wife asked, "So tell me, are you willing to pay back the rent for those 9 months or not?" Once again, none of them answered. The wife sadly said, "I thought this might happen, so I've prepared something for all of you. Let's go to our little vegetable garden in the countryside, and I'll show you what mom went through while she was pregnant with each of you." They looked at each other completely confused. Then she tied a watermelon around each of their waists and said, "Come on, you only have to wear it for 1 hour so you can feel even a tiny part of the weight mom carried every single day." Together they went to the countryside, and the wife had them work in the fields. At first the brothers didn't think it was a big deal, but as the minutes slowly passed, they became exhausted. Their backs started hurting, every step felt heavier, and even bending down became painful. One after another, they began to complain, "Oh no, my back feels like it's going to break. I can barely breathe with all this weight." The wife looked at them and said, "It's only been 10 minutes, but mom carried even more weight for months while still working every day. She suffered through pain, risked her life, and gave everything just to bring you safely into this world. Yet she never asked for anything in return. Your mother gave you life, loved you without conditions, and sacrificed everything for you. So you should never look down on her or turn your back on her, because no one deserves your love and respect more than your mother." Then the wife gently took their mother back home. A few hours later, all three brothers returned, their eyes filled with tears, sincerely apologizing for everything they had done. One of the brothers said, "Mom, the three of us know we were wrong, and we're so sorry for hurting you." The mother softly replied, "My sons, I don't blame any of you." The husband said, "Mom, we've talked everything over. From today on, all three of us will take care of you together. Whenever you miss one of us, we'll come and bring you home. You can stay with whichever son you want for as long as you want. We promise that from now on, you'll always be surrounded by our love and care." So friends, do you think any child can ever repay a mother's sacrifices?